Hi, it's me again. Hi, how are you? I am still in the hotel. I'm here for 2 more weeks till my till the lease comes in my name, my new apartment. I'm down to about $30 to my name. Haven't been able to work out of here because I don't have an internet connection. I'm a programmer and I need an internet connection to work. Um, I upload this. I record it in my building and then I upload it in the coffee shop. I wanted to read you the note that my mother sent me before I throw it away because I don't know where I'm going to be going by the end of the day. Um, I'm going to start up a campaign. I only need 500 bucks probably in total to make it to the end of the month and then be free from my narcissist and psychopathic father. Sorry, narcissist mother, psychopathic father. I need them out of my life. What they've done to me. They were actually telling me that they were going to pay my rent. Listen to this. They sabotaged my job, in case you don't know my story. Sabotaged my job. Sabotaged my investor, who's going to give me $30,000. And then they have me evicted. And they tell me, oh, if you want us to help you, you'll move right next to us. In an area that I've already told them I dislike. And they know that the one thing I have in my life that I do love is my neighborhood. Since they've managed to get everything else that I've loved out of my life, to leave me or for me to leave them or whatever it was. So I've told them many times, this is the neighborhood I love. It's the one thing I have. My mother, the fucking bitch. If you'll move near us, we'll pay your rent. No, she was never going to pay my rent. She was going to have me move there. And then she was going to spring the old trick where my father has to come in and save me with his crappy, useless, non-profitable seafood company to one guy in an office for 40 years trying to make a living. In a world of corporations, the guy's done nothing. Anyhow, I want to read you the letter because she wrote it to me when I was able to get $1,000 out of her at the beginning of the month when I was homeless, and I did it only by extorting it. She was going to give me nothing. She was ready to see me homeless unless I move next to her because she loves me. Yeah. Or the other option was I had to extort it from her. So I told her that, well, my brother died and you had a big problem about paying for the headstone. Didn't want to cover it, left it to his new wife until she didn't put anyone's name on it and had a poem instead of the traditional mother of, a son of, mother this. So my mother then springs the $20,000 to get the stone. So I told her, well, if you don't help me out, and I didn't want to take any more than the bare minimum just to survive at the time was $1,000. My rent here is 55 bucks a night. And she owes it to me. She had me evicted. I had a deal with my previous landlord. Everything was fine until she showed up 4 times, once with the cops, just driving me insane with my father showing up, banging on my door. Here's the note she gave me with the $1,000 that I had to extort from her by telling her I was going to erase her name from the cemetery, from my brother's grave, because, frankly, her name doesn't deserve to be on there. She never was a mother. I can't wait to put it together and read it to you guys. I didn't read it, so I don't know what it says, but I promise you that, it's it's going to be classic. Too bad you don't know the whole backstory. Well, it'll come out over time, but this one I can't wait to read it because, I'm at the point where, when you're about to be homeless after you've been sabotaged and you realize what they're doing to you, then, after all this time, and it becomes a little bit comedic. But then again, my brother, who saved me from ever really realizing what was going on, as long as he was alive, I was kind of happy. He was a comedian, so maybe that's why I see the comedy in almost everything. It's the way we got through life with living with two maniacs. He was particularly just not very fond of my mother, and I've always been actually against my father much more because he's the one who actually did the beating when I was young. But now I know that my mother was actually just as guilty. She's protected him, and she's been along his side. And even when I told her about a year ago, I just need a month with my mother without my son of a bitch father getting involved. So please, Mom, just deal with me. You're a little bit more logical. You can, you're the only parent I've ever had. Well, didn't work. She was actually changing email. She was emailing me after that, and then she was having my father respond. What a sick sick, 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 sick mother. I can't even call it a mother. A mother. She's troubled is what she is. I mean, Jesus, I don't know what to say. This is such a note. I don't know how I manage this, but I'm pretty good apparently at ripping up notes. So if any of you need someone to rip up a note, I come cheap. Okay, I'm getting there. Hang in. I might have to start this over again. I wonder if I can pause. I will. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can just get the beginning. It was too much. They came into my room and they cleaned and they threw away some of this. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I just have to get people away from my stuff. I'm a little bit upset. If you want to know what a borderline looks like when he's upset and explosive, this is it. I asked the lady not to come in and clean. I have a lot of problems going on. She insisted, like an idiot, goddamn son of a bitch. I said, okay. She threw away some of my letter. No respect for people's lives if they've been victimized their whole life. Anyways, look. This is what I was able to get from the beginning, from her love letter, my mother. Remember, this is a valid threat. May 7th, 2016. That's already May 7th, 7 days after I was homeless. Some wonderful lady. She's the one who made me homeless. The next time you phone me and call me the filthy names you've been calling me and yell, I will immediately hang up. You mean like bitch and cunt, mom? You mean like a fucking whore? A selfish goddamn nothing? I will never do it again. Also, listen to this one. Also, we will make very serious plans to move outside the province with no forwarding address. Oh my God, I'm 46 and my mommy is leaving me. And all she's ever done is abuse me with her psychopathic husband. That's the greatest news I've ever heard, Mom. Get out of here. I don't want you in my province, woman. I want both you out. But you'll never leave because you're weak. If anyone leaves, it should be one of you, so you guys break up finally and have a little joy in your life. Because it's sick what you've done to your kids. You killed my brother, now you want to kill me. Fuck you, woman. And your piece of shit behind you, there's no fucking emotions at all. Listen to this. She's going to move outside the province with no forwarding address. And not even a forwarding address of any other family member. You mean all the ones who refused helping me? Who said I should go back with my parents? They're not going to be around? Whoa. So what you're saying is I'm going to be able to be a programmer and live my life and have a girlfriend that I love. And I'm not going to have to bring you one that makes you happy. And I'm not going to ever have to hear seafood business again? Wow. I'm reborn. She's not going to leave any other family member or any phone numbers to any other family members. As if I couldn't reach them if I wanted to. I don't want to. You will be on your own unlisted. Someone's got to tell her that. Whether I'm unlisted, that's up to me. She just doesn't get life. Look, she's 75 years old. I feel bad for her this much because she's so clueless. She never worked a day in her life, so she has no idea what life is all about. She actually told me, when I told her I was contracting a few years ago in order to avoid paying taxes at source, she told me, why wouldn't I pay taxes? Only $2 or $3 a week. And when she sabotaged my investor, which was my aunt, who's ready to give me $30,000, I had met her 3 times for an online interviewing platform. My mother and father, I don't know which one, called them and basically smeared me, downplayed, said they'd cover it. I don't know. They gave me $3,000, which I, of course, just grabbed and spent because that's not going to build a business. My mother, the genius, the one who's actually cursing me because she said she spent the whole $50,000 on her son over the course of his lifetime. My friend got divorced. His parents put over $50,000 towards his lawyer just to make sure his kids weren't taken away. My parents inherited at least $2 million in the 70s when it was worth, what, $5 million? Let's not talk about money. So anyway, they tell me that, anyways, you know what? Let's not even talk about it. The whole thing is so funny. They obviously, or she obviously has no idea what life I've been living, how many times they sabotaged me into this particular situation where I had a job, or I had a girlfriend, or I was living with someone, and they gave up all kinds of stories and tricks to convince me, as a family member who trusted them, to give up what I was pursuing to some degree, and they left me like this. So, fuck you, Mom. Fuck you, Dad. Don't ever call me again. I'd rather be homeless with a beard out to here. I'd rather be armless, legless, and sitting in a chair for the rest of my life and never have to see either of you again. My brother died. You killed him. My aunt died. Mom, you killed her. My grandmother died. Mom, where were you? In Florida. And your mother had a stroke? Did you ever take responsibility? You were the adult. You were the only one here of her children. You walked away. Why? To take the son in Florida. Because she's so special. She has blonde hair down to here, high heels like this. She tans her face, and she's 75. I won't show you a picture of my mother because, maybe I will down the road. Anyways, look, I need some help. But $500, that'll get me to the end of the month when I have $1,000 coming in. My rent's only $600. I'll be fine. I'll have a job by then. I just need a place I can program. I'll stop this here. I'm sure it showed you guys who I am. Someone yesterday, I think, commented that I'm so well put together, so I wanted to make sure that I recorded my next video when I wasn't so well put together, and sure enough, the very next morning. Look out for my campaign. I don't know. I'm going to try to put it together a little bit later on if I can. Otherwise, I'll see you in the streets.